I pulled this one out, and I'm gonna crimp onto that.
And then put it back in?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we go. All right, so that's the main feed to the battery.
Yeah.
Battery's hot. Hey, they both worked, all right.
Cool.
These are the .22 caliber bullets used in the Myth. As replacement fuses, they work.
Check this out.
Almost like it was made to fit in the fuse holder.
Yeah, it actually snugs right in there.
All right.
You know, I don't think it'd be that bad of an idea as long as you didn't get a short.
The truck is ready. If the bullet goes off, a high-speed camera will record its path by the microsecond. Time for Buster, our professional crash test dummy, to get behind the wheel. Jamie and Adam will be trying to fire live ammunition here. And taking a hit in the pants from a bullet is one part of the Myth they don't want to recreate. Bulletproof shields go up in front of the truck, and a remote switch is wired to the circuit from a safe distance.
So, we've got our circuit wired up that the headlights go on by themselves through the fuse box. We've got our remote activation switch. I think it's time to put the bullet in the fuse box. Have you got one?
I have a bullet.
All right, here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, this is the first test just with how the bullet does.
With the lights on.
Yeah.
This does prove one part of the Myth. The headlights are on. A bullet will complete the circuit.
They went for 20 miles, which I guess means about 20 minutes. So let me get you an alligator clip. We've got a stopwatch when it's quarter after.
Yeah.
While the truck goes for an imaginary drive, Adam has a very real nap.
No, with me first. In fact, I'm down here. So Adam, it's been a solid 20 minutes.
Well, given that nothing's happened, I think we could give it another 10 minutes.
Just to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long and utterly uneventful trip home for Buster.
It's been about 30 minutes. I think we're ready to check it out. You want to disconnect and I'll go read the temperature on our bullet?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, do it from a distance for...
Yeah. No, I'm not going to put my eye up to it or anything. So I got a temperature off the bullet of about 113 degrees. Nothing real special there.
It gets hotter than that in the summer in a car. And bullets don't often go off that way.
Okay, so what could set that bullet off?
When a fuse blows, there's usually a good reason for it. You know, it just doesn't do it by itself. My guess would be that there would be a short.
So you say we just short right across the bullet from the battery?
Yeah, let's bypass the light bulbs and see whether we can get the bullet to go off, if anything works that well.
A short circuit is when the electricity coursing through the wires of a circuit is diverted to a shorter path, usually one that allows much more current to flow through it. That's when a fuse would normally give way and stop the dangerously high current.
So I'm going to short across the leads of one of the headlights.
We're about to cause a flat short right across the circuit, and that will either heat up the bullet, set off the bullet, or it will fry the wiring.
No matter what, never connect red to black. All right, well, this ought to work. Be a short, I'm pretty sure.
Ready?
Ready when you are.
Should start. Yeah, there's the smoke.
Cool.
Fit?
Yeah, wiring fried. That's a bona fide short. Obviously, you didn't get the bullet hot enough.
There it is.
Let's see. Oh, look at that. That's yummy looking. The next step that I see is to take the heaviest gauge wire that we'd find in a car and run this short again and see if that gets the bullet hot enough.
The heavier wire will carry more heat to the fuse box. But will the bullet get hot enough to fire before the wire fails?
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Hey! Did we fire off a bullet?
We fired off the bullet.
Oh, thank God, that's excellent.
I smell gunpowder.
You smell gunpowder?
I know that smell.
Let's see.
It went off.
Ah, bullet is missing. Oh, look at that. You're loving this. There's the cartridge. It's almost like the cartridge in the bullet exploded like this, and the cartridge went into the like rubber mat of the floor, and the bullet seems to have gone that way. We haven't found it yet, but we're gonna do a few more tests, pull the dummy out and take a look at it, see where the bullets went. Jamie, can I try it this time? Can I blow the bullet up? Can I? I'd really like to try.
Shut up and set the bullet off.
This is fun.
Just like clockwork.
Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Okay, give me another one. Here, you grab one, I'll grab the other. We'll do like a Wonder Twins one.
Okay.
There we go. All right, ready. I'm impressed with how fast this works.
Turns out to be a pretty effective way of setting off a bullet. It's not lethal, I don't think.
But you know, the thing is, there was nothing in the myth that said that he took a lethal hit. I mean, I have to say, if I put a bullet in a fuse box and 20 minutes later I hear a bang and I feel something smack into my groin, I'm gonna freak out and like run the car right off the road.
Buster has faced the fuse box firing squad 10 times. Let's see if that broadside made a mark. The high-speed camera shows at least one bullet shooting towards Buster's bits. Warped and twisted by the firing, some of the shells also turned into threatening pieces of shrapnel.
I laugh every time I do that.
Jamie takes a closer look and makes a startling discovery.
Ooh, look at that. That wasn't there before. See that? One of those bullets at least shot a hole in his pants. And there's actually there's another bullet hole down here and here.
While those pants are full of holes, Jamie can't find any signs of damage on the dummy's legs or torso.
I don't think that those bullets had enough force to really do anything. I bet if he were a real person, he'd probably have some pretty nasty little bruises. That's about it. Well, we set off quite a few bullets. It worked.
Oh, no, that was a lot of fun. I had no idea that would go off so easily.
Yeah, but we did have to short circuit it. We had to use heavier than the normal wire that was installed in the truck. We had to line up the fuse box in exactly the right position.
No, it's obvious that an extraordinary sequence of events would have to occur for this to happen. But given how easily they went off with heavier than average wiring and the decrepit state of some people's pickup trucks, I still think it's possible that this could happen.
I'd agree, it's possible. Unlikely, but possible.
I'd say myth busted for now, but still out there waiting to happen.
Things are coming together at last.
That's okay.
I think it actually came out pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm not displeased.
Before the experiment can begin, we have to balance the butt. Jamie's using a 4-to-1 ratio, 300 pounds of butt balanced against 75 on the pivot arm.
Okay, guys, we got some serious weight going on here, so never stand under anything at all. Keep your eye on what's going on. We don't know how much weight it's going to take before it rips.
So we're going to turn on the pump. We're going to lower the butt into place. We'll see if we get any pressure on this. We'll let it take weight, and then we'll slowly start to raise and see how much poundage it takes to remove Bertha from the toilet.
Sounds like a plan.
Contact.
If the butt creates a seal, we should see a jump in vacuum pressure.
Okay, should I bring it up?
We're still measuring around 3 psi. The toilet seat is preventing us from making a seal.
I think it's much more plausible that she sat down without putting that seat down.
Okay, that's easy to test. That's better.
That's a seal, but it's not taking that much pressure.
We'll pull the plug and see if we can rethink this.
Well, we're getting a significant amount of suction out of the toilet, and the needle was bouncing more without the toilet seat on. And checking all the way around, we had a reasonable seal, but that air gap between the shroud and the bowl just prevented any real suction from occurring.
This myth's starting to look decidedly shaky. These two lugs under the shroud have been preventing an airlock from forming.
I believe myself that the toilets are designed to, to not seal.
Right.
Adam can sniff a conspiracy.
Do you think they put that in after the myth, like as a response?
No.
Personally, I think we might want to try it without the shroud, just to see if there's actually enough suction, if there was a seal.
Okay, contact. Down we come.
All right, bring it on down.
However unlikely, we want to cover the possibility that the victim's butt was so large it reached down and made contact with the bowl.
That's as good a seal as we get.
Okay, Terry, lower the weight.
Time to measure the suction.
All right, here we go.
Go! Keep going, all the way up. There was this whole butt cheek right here. This whole butt cheek was distended about another 3 inches down. The whole butt was deformed. She's got a hell of a hickey. We got a really good seal on the butt crack in that last one. There was a little bit of that it didn't want to give at first when you lifted, but it didn't take very much.
Yeah, I saw what the, I was watching what the measurement on this was.
The toilet was generating 450 pounds of suction, but the scale shows it would take a fraction of that to break the seal.
75 pounds.
Yeah. So, well, that tells
And that's
us.
lifting straight up. I mean, that's just, I'd say a woman this large, I mean, she'd be able to, pull a cheek or move herself around a little bit and release the gap. I mean, we're talking, if someone really couldn't do that, we're talking someone maybe even twice this large. And then I'm not even sure they could fit in an airplane toilet.
Yeah, I would agree.
What's more, a properly functioning toilet creates suction for just 2 seconds.
If something were to go inside the bowl and get stuck inside of there, the pressure is probably about twice as much as a normal shop vac that you would have at your home. As you can see, there's no damage to a person's hand if they do put it inside the bowl. And really all you do is get wet.
Myth busted. And we're prepared to stake Adam's butt on it.
Contact.
All right, here we go. Whoa! All right. That's actually comfortable. I mean, it's a nice cool breeze.
So, are you ready to try it, the real deal?
Sure.
All right. Now, what if you're hurt? Like, what if this starts to feel uncomfortable? You're gonna
I'll take it gradually. If I feel things moving around that shouldn't be moving,
All right.
I'll disconnect.
Because I can't hear you terribly well in there when I turn
You'll
the
hear
switch.
the high pitched squealing.
All right, contact.
All right. Exposed butt cheek. There we go. All right. Holy shit. All right, that's significant. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that was really significant. That was all right. That was impressively significant amount of suction. The whole thing was vibrating with the pressure. We got up to 5 psi. Yeah, that was significant. I mean, I'm trying to talk scientifically. I was able to use my arms, but like if I didn't have arms, I would not probably have been able to free myself. I'm not sure what we proved here, but at least it's good television. Another one bites the dust. Good work. I want to see a taxi flip. You know, we came all the way down here where they've got a plethora, a congerie of planes, and, you know, we can't get one started up. And there's so many bazillion different reasons why we can't get one started up. It would boggle your mind if I explained even 5 of them.
But the show must go on, and the MythBusters are moving to Plan B.
Plan B, I believe, involves a separate engine without an airplane that we can hire to be brought to where our car is, and that'll do the job.
They're going to bring in 2 jet engines to be operated off stands. It won't make Adam feel better, but the fact he found this story on the internet really doesn't mean it actually happened.
I can't tell anymore whether a newspaper story online is true or false. It's really just impossible because a lot of the internet legends appear as news items. And newspapers often pick up urban legends and repeat them as news.
Early the next morning, the MythBusters' new grounded engines arrive. They're normally used to generate wind for movie special effects.
These engines are turbojet engines, and they're at the nozzle, at the tailpipe nozzle, we have about 400 miles an hour as far as I could measure.
Do you think we'll be successful today at flipping our taxi over?
It's a difficult project. I have no idea. It'd be interesting.
The plan is to fire up the jet engines, then drive the taxi past at a range of 20 feet. That's where the combined blast should be the strongest.
I wouldn't really want to be in the car when it goes by them, but I'm not so sure that it's going to be that dramatic.
I think the whole thing's just going to go and roll over 3 or 4 times. I think Jamie's being a little pessimistic.
There we go. That's a good one.
All right, Buster, you ready to fly?
Let's go, start them up.
They might be smaller than a 737, but these jet engines still pack a punch. A combined output of about 7,000 pounds per square inch. Now, like the Myth, the cab will take its chances running the gauntlet through the jet wash. It was a rough ride, but the cab didn't look like it was being flipped.
It affected the car.
Yeah.
It made it wiggle a little bit.
Whoa! It took the gasket out of the door. I gotta say, I was a little disappointed. And not only because Jamie was right and I was wrong.
What we'll do this time is just park the car in the absolute optimal spot for the jets to hit them, and we'll let those guys aim them correctly, and we'll see what happens.
The jet engines are moved in, closer to each other and closer to the car.
Ready to go?
Ready to go. Let's go.
Let's get everyone going. Attention, everybody, we are ready to go.
If the near side rises just enough, the blast will bounce under the car and flip it. They have to abort early. This is a working airport, and debris is flying all over the runway. First, the taxi sign, then the front fender. the back fender, and the mirrors were taking off next.
You know, that was cool and that sucked all at the same time. That was really cool and that really sucked.
And here's an unexpected development.
That's a hot car.
Yeah, it was smoking.
Well,
The blast from the jet engines has heated the car up.
There's every possibility that we could set the car on fire. That got it really hot. The whole car was starting to smoke.
In fact, that was more likely than they realized. The fuel lines have been torn out too. Adam does not want to play with fire.
That looks like gas. Jamie,
Yeah.
we should get this off the runway. I'm disinclined to proceed when we've got a leaking fuel tank and we're pointing flaming jets at this car, but we're gonna try and siphon it out.
While the tank is being emptied, the jet engines are being moved to a safer position for one last try.
Nicely done, Jamie.
Is that good?
Keep going, keep going.
And a few modifications are made to help the taxi on its way.
We're just trying to get this car to flip. We know it can flip. We're just trying to help it along. We've let the tires out on one side. We put it on a little bit of a slope. We are jacking up the side that faces the wind, and we should get a rolling cab.
If this doesn't work, it's safe to say it never will with these engines. The meter is running, and time is nearly up for this myth. It's official, the flip is a flop.
I think this is a first for us. It's a MythBusters failure. It's we're unable through reasons of technology and, well,
Insurance.
insurance brokers to make it happen. What do we say here? Do we say that the MythBusters are busted?
Well, you know, we just couldn't afford the right jet, is what it amounts to.
Let's call that a day.
But it's not quite a day. Turns out this one really is true. In January 2002, Rio de Janeiro TV News captured the aftermath. A taxi did indeed drive along an airport access road at the wrong time, and a revved up 737 blew the car 75 feet, injuring the driver. And the MythBusters thought they had a bad day.
Stand tall. Get your shoulders up. There you go.
Jamie's a fast learner, but he's going more than 20 miles an hour. The water feels solid.
I'm gonna slow you down to the speed behind the rolling boat. 15 miles per hour.
When Willie drops the speed, staying upright gets harder.
Jamie, slowly sit down. Get in the squat. Sit down. Sit down. More. Sit down more. Arms straight. Okay. Slowly stand up. Yeah. Get your shoulders up, Jamie. There you go. Very nice.
Perhaps it's just fear of upsetting Willie, but Jamie is skiing like a natural. Turns out he's just as good on the rope.
That felt pretty good. We did get it down pretty slow. I think we just nudged 10 miles an hour, which is, my guess is probably the minimum that we can really reasonably expect to stay up on the surface of the water. The slower you go, the harder it is.
I do believe that both skiers you have here, Jamie and Adam, can do this. I think the only difficulty that I can think of is for the crew to generate enough speed initially to get him out of the water.
By distributing the load over the 8 riggers, Adam will minimize the strain on the boat and the rowers.
For the most part, these guys won't even be able to see this rig. It won't affect their rowing at all. $30,000 per boat. We don't want to put a nick in the darn thing.
That's the ski rope taken care of. But that's the easy part. The bare minimum speed required to pull Jamie out of the water is 10 miles an hour. In a race, a crew can reach 15, but Jamie's drag is sure to slow them down.
It would certainly help if I weighed a lot less than I do. I weigh about 180, 170, 180, and you know, if I weighed 100 pounds, then I'm sure it'd be easier on them, but that's why we came to Stanford.
Another problem for Jamie is, unlike a speedboat, the power here won't be constant. It will surge with each stroke, pulling him off balance. Coach has a strategy.
You're gonna have to just be the walk-on guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just withstand the herky-jerky, it's gonna whip you.
Yeah, I know, I've got to dampen it.
Remember, for Jamie and Adam, this is just another myth. But for Stanford, it's a matter of honor.
And just sit up. Don't think length. Think connection of hips and straight arm cable and draw. Let's have the boat just tug him a little bit.
Suddenly, Jamie's being dragged into something bigger than he realized. It's too late for second thoughts. This is about sporting glory or national televised failure. And there are no excuses.
Explanations did not get the man on the moon, and it will not get this MythBuster out of the water. Okay? This is Apollo 13, baby. In Houston, we don't have a problem. Get ready. Attention. Go! Go! Quicker! Wait up! Ho! Ho! Hey! Hey! Stop rolling! If you're not pulling, stop! Jiminy Jack Christmas. These guys are still rolling.
So close. He was up, but couldn't hold on with the surge. This might just be possible.
Jamie, man, that was beautiful.
It was working.
You think you can get it going?
It's just in a state of constant, almost out of the water.
Right.
It's the hardest thing that a skier can do, I think.
Well, you think you're good for another go?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Nice lock on, big dog. That was all you. That was all you. We got to be quicker with the second stroke or longer with the first stroke.
It's just going to be up to me to maintain it, I think.
Sam, same thing that you guys just did.
So, Jamie Big Dog Heineman prepares to battle the surge again. The guys in the engine room have proved they've got the muscle to get him up. He can't let them down.
Attention! Go! Stay up. Come on, dog. Stay up. Come on, big dog. Stay up. Yeah! Go! Bring it up! Bring it up, boys! Jeez. We had him.
It's close, but still no cigar. These Stanford guys won't settle for near enough. Jamie will ski even if it kills him.
The power was there. I was having trouble dealing with the surginess.
Try and put the weight back when that surge hits you, so you got a little more hip and power into it, because it's gonna surge.
Yeah, that wasn't bad for the first 2 runs, though.
No, well, we ain't done yet. We're pulling your ass out. You're gonna be doing this thing without a wetsuit and the beret and glasses on if I can have my way.
Bring it up, guys. Let's pull this boy out of the water.
Heine, man, that was twice as good as last time. You think you can do it twice as good as that?
I'll keep trying.
Just need like a good 30-second run.
Come to the steer. Come to the steer.
This is the third and final attempt. Coach can smell something special in the air.
Stay tough, all right? Stay tough. They're enjoying it. It's like you guys are right on the cusp of both meeting together at a higher plane. Looks good. I want you to put him on a ride that he won't forget. So once you get him up, keep him up and make it. Let's get his skin tone a little bit fearful, a little white. Let's scare him. Jam! Jam on it. Let's do something that's never been done. Here we go. Attention! Go!
He's up and he's skiing.
Nicely done, Jamie! Yeah!
Keep it going, big dogs! Keep it going, big dogs!
It's not pretty. Jamie's fighting every surge, but they've done it.
Nice job, big dog! Yeah, guys! Yeah! Nice job!
Jamie's run lasted nearly 40 seconds.
I'm pleased this punch. That worked better than I'd ever hoped for. The fact that I could do this says that it ain't as ridiculous at all as we thought. Yeah, it was a workout. I was breathing hard after that. It was like, whoa, whoa.
Good job.
Stanford's finest have prevailed and proved this weird myth really is possible.
Never underestimate young, strong MythBusters.
I made a long tube, and we made it so that it inserts like so into the mute, and I believe this will actually propel this thing pretty good like a rocket.
Understandably, none of the local concert halls were enthusiastic about having the MythBusters come and blow up trombones. Instead, the guys have set up their own, safer theater.
He's pretty floppy. It's like trying to get a dead guy to stand up.
Once again, Buster will take center stage, though it seems the limelight is losing its appeal. It was a bold bid for freedom, but Buster will have to face the one trombone firing squad. Expert pyrotechnician Jack Morocco will be helping with this special performance.
Just another day of blowing something up.
For the first attempt, they'll be using a lethal variety of Chinese fireworks.
This is one of those myths that has a whole sequence of events that have to go off like clockwork for this to be replicated accurately.
Remember, this story is about a musician with an explosive in his trombone who apparently blew over the conductor during the 1812 overture.
I think it's going to be a nice loud bang. I think it's going to destroy the mute right off. I don't think nearly anything that we're going to be able to do is actually going to get the mute to Buster.
Continuity's good.
All right. Is everyone behind the barrier?
For safety, they'll set the charge off remotely from behind Lexan blast screens.
All right, we're all rolling. Here we go.
Give us a countdown.
In 3, 2, 1.
Beautiful.
That was fantastic.
Those Chinese firecrackers pack quite a wallop. The front of the mute is blown out in spectacular fashion.
Did that hit him in the chest?
Yes, it did.
Smacked him head on, looked like to me.
It blew the front right off of our mute and smacked into the music stand, knocking it over, and it hit Buster.
Might well have knocked Buster over if it hadn't hit the music stand first.
The horn doesn't seem to have received any abuse at all. I mean, the mute's actually been pushed out wherever it was contacting the horn. It was really hard to get out. And actually, also contrary to the myth, the slide did not move either.
So, only part of the myth is working, and the guys are really hoping for more trombone bang for their buck.
Feel like doing it again?
Sure, why not?
You know, it's when you get really excited that I get really nervous. If you could calm down just a little bit.
So how much mayhem would an exploding trombone cause during the 1812 overture? Jamie's about to try out his rocket-propelled mute. As many crushed-up model rocket engines as he can squeeze in, and a little more for good measure.
Hey, Jack?
Yes.
What would you think about also if I dumped a bunch of that crap down in the bell of the thing?
Yeah, we might actually blow that whole stand over.
That's good.
And we like that.
We like that. Here you go, Jamie.
Hold your breath.
So how much is in here?
It goes all the way to the tip. So it's 6 rocket engines.
Got a regular Panzerfaust here.
Jack is torn between caution and the myth-busting credo of detonate first, ask questions later.
Well, I sure hope we don't fly beyond our limits here. in 3, 2, 1.
Whoops. Well, it didn't go anywhere.
Guess
That
we
is
won't be
gunpowder.
using that trombone.
Holy crap!
Why is he smoking so much? It looks like it did
This
hit him.
shirt's on fire.
And look, the slide's still in place.
The slide,
That, I think if it didn't blow off with that, it's not gonna.
the slide is still in place.
The mute flew out with enough force to knock Buster over. Once again, he's wondering about the MythBusters medical plan.
Oh my God. Oh, hey, that's hot.
It'll be hot.
Hey, yeah.
And the police, well, they just want to know what the heck is going on.
Have you got your permit handy?
Believe it or not, in its wisdom, the city of San Francisco has given the MythBusters a license to wreak exactly this sort of havoc.
I think any day when we do something that brings the cops flocking to us, but then they have to let us continue doing what we're doing, is the perfect MythBusters day.
But it seems this myth isn't perfect. Buster didn't fall back into the audience, and the trombone just won't play ball.
It didn't even remotely peel off the bell, like peel it back like a banana, like the myth says. And what we had was more powerful than any firecracker.
Yeah.
In fact, it's even more powerful than they thought. There's trombone shrapnel everywhere.
So these pieces right here bounced off the Lexan. There's a piece over there, and a piece over there.
Right there behind you.
And I heard that it felt them ricochet off the Lexan.
Yeah.
So Buster isn't the only one in danger here. But they'll try once more to recreate the myth. Jack's reloading a new trombone with even more powder.
Ready to fire in 3, 2, 1.
This myth just doesn't want to be replicated. No matter how hard Buster tries.
That's like some kind of modern art.
And the slide did not leave the trombone. We have taken this myth absolutely to pieces. This is another rarity for us. Every aspect of it is completely impossible. Hey, it still makes noise.
The rest just didn't happen. This musical myth has had its swan song.
So the spirit of the myth is kind of there, but I'd say overall the myth is busted.
I'd say we did the best we could with it, and yeah, it's absolutely busted.